Hey YouTube, and I was here, and as you would have probably seen from my previous videos, depending on which order they were uploaded in, this is a deck profile of what I used at my local tournament. Well, it was a box tournament for GTA 1 for Vanguard, and this was the deck I used. Unfortunately, I didn't win. My friend won using my deck, which was, it was fine. I don't mind. It was fun, and I did really well. I tied third with one other guy. I think it was. We both had one loss, but it was fine. So the deck that I used was Gear Chronicles, and this deck is really fun. I had a lot of fun using it, considering it's a new clan. I was a bit skeptical at using it, but I wanted to build it because it was a new clan, and it is really fun and pretty strong as well. So my starter that I use is Gungear Drago Kid. He's the TD guy. Basically, at Generation Break 1, you can counter blast 1, move him to the soul, search your deck for a grade 3, and add it to your hand, shuffle your deck. He guarantees you a grade 3, which is stride fodder. I very rarely need to use him, but he's there if I need to use him. But he is a good card, and he's better than the Counter Blast one, check top 5, to be honest. I did tech it, but that's only a 4k. He's a 5k booster regardless. Visit my trigger lineup. I ran 4 of this crit and 4 of this crit. Some people do run the rainbow triggers. I tried the rainbow triggers out. It works. It's just, I don't really know. I would rather run the 8 crits. It puts more pressure on your opponent when they can't guide with grade 0s and stuff. So it does put a lot more pressure on your opponent running 8 crits for the more chance of those crit triggers. The new stand trigger from the set is really good because you can unflip one card from your G zone and stuff like that. But I'd rather just run the 8 crits. At the minute, 8 crits work fine for me. 4 of the draw trigger, which is move to the soul, select one of your units, it gets 3000 power. So it's very good. It helps you build up soul, which is pretty important in this deck. It's not as important, well, it's not that important, it just helps to have extra soul because you can always use it. And then obviously I'm running 4 heal triggers because heal triggers, I'm not stupid. For grade 1s, I'm running 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 of this Gear Chronicle guy, Steam Breath Dragon. His effect is, when he's called to rearguard, you can reveal a grade 3 in your hand and search it for up to a grade 3 with Chrono Jet in its name and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. And his other effect is, when he's in your hand and you use him discarding for stride fodder, he gets +2 grades, so he's a grade 3 for stride. Very good. I run 4 because it's a 7k booster, but it's also, this deck is designed and based on striding. So you do stride a lot, and you can stride a lot. I mean, in one game I strided 6 times, believe it or not. It was such a long game. In fact, it was the game I played my friend. He was using Tsukuyomi. He beat me. I miscalculated, but it was a very hard game and a very lucky game for both of us. I mean, we was getting healed triggers everywhere. But basically I got to GB6 and it was just, it was so hard. It was a good game though. But yeah, it does happen. So for that. Next, the MVP of grade 1s in this deck. Well, one off. I run 4 Summit Crest Gear Wolf. Now then, when you're at Generation Break 1, he gets his effect. This is important because some people were playing it because I got mirror matched against Gear Chronicle, and they were forgetting that he doesn't get 3k until Generation Break 1. It was fucking annoying. People were like, oh, it's a 10k booster now because I balanced the deck. Yeah, but you have to be at GB1, not just Legion. Fuck you. So it's not. But yeah, Generation Break 1, he gets 3k power for every time a unit is put to the bottom of your opponent's deck. So basically, is it for when... Yeah, so it's when your opponent's rearguard is put to the deck. So it's if you hit with Chronos Command and put 5 units, he does get plus 15k because it's just as when your opponent's rearguard, not rearguards. Due to the effect from one of your cards, you may put so yeah, sorry for the long pause. Yeah, so basically every time you bounce something to the bottom of your opponent's deck, or rewind, whatever you want to call it, he gets 3k as long as you're at Generation Break 1, so he becomes a pretty good booster. He's not a bad ride target as well, to be honest, because you don't want to mind riding him, because he has to be at GB1, so he's not really a bad ride. He's a 7k booster as well, without being GB1. Next, I run 2 Steam Skara Giga, however her name is. Basically, Mirror of Calamity Tower Wyvern. On play, Soul Blast 2, draw a card. This is why it helped me, and I'll have move your draw triggers to your soul. It's useful because you can just blast them out and draw a card. There's other cards that Soul Blast as well, so don't worry. And for the last of the grade ones, I am running 4 of this Perfect Guard. I really like this Perfect Guard's art. And yes, I'm running 4 Steam Maidens Arlium. Oh, sorry, probably butchered that name. Well, I'm not really good at pronouncing names anyway, so who cares? Basically, if you have another copy of this in your drop zone when she's been called to the Guardian Circle, you can unflip 1 damage. So basically, she unflips a counterblast for having 1 just for Perfect Guarding. Early game and late game. So basically, she's handy. So basically, if you are forced to ride her, you just Soul Blast her out, then Perfect Guard unflips. And onto grade 2s, I am running 4 Steam Fighter Amber. I think this card is a must-have at 4 at the moment. I play him a lot. He does, like, I will have him on the field with a 7k booster. Usually it's this guy. I will then attack with him. I'll be at Generation Break 1. I'll like stride over Chrono, bounce out to the bottom of the deck. My rear guard gets plus 3k. Attack Vanguard for 19. Counterblast 1. Makes the con 22. And then they have to like drop a bit more to guard. It hits a magic number really well. So yeah, it is very useful because obviously he has to boost and attack the Vanguard, but you're bouncing their rear guards anyway, so it's worth it. And 4 is good. And then I'm running where is it? 4 of the Generation Break 1 12k attackers. I'm sorry about that, Facebook went off. So I run 4 of the Generation Break 1 12k attackers just because there's not really much better grade 2s to run for Gear Chronicles. And at Generation Break 1, or if not higher, this becomes a bit, it helps you get a pressure in combat. It helps pressure your opponent a bit. They have to use that little bit more to guard it and stuff, so it does come in handy because the less guards, the less grade 0s they have in the hand, the better Chrono Jet is because they can't use perfect guards on him. So, and then for the last of the grade 2s, I run 3 Steam Knight Pulsar 3, or whatever his name is. It's basically Silent Tom. When he attacks, you can Soul Blast 2. Your opponent can't guard his attack with grade 0s. So that's one of the using real Soul. I only run 3 because obviously Soul Blast in this deck is a lot, but it's a Legion mate as well. I then run 2 Fate Wheel Dragons. It is on. It has a Generation Break 1 effect, which is Generation Break 1. When this unit attacks, Counterblast 1. Your opponent can't call grade 0s from their hand to the Guardian Circle. And Facebook going off him. His other effect is, or when he's placed on the Vanguard Circle, you can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, and bounce one of your opponent's units to the bottom of the deck. So it's just basically play Counterblast, Soul Blast, bounce. So I only play 2 because I also play 2 of the Legion. It works really, really well. The Legion guy is good because basically I would usually either go, you want to get one of these 2 for your first grade 3 ride, and then yeah, if you get this guy, you Legion. When this guy Legions, he gets a free unit. It's a free, basically when he Legion, to turn your Legion, you can put one of your opponent's rear guards to the bottom of the deck. So he puts spin Slank, and then when he attacks, if you have Slank in the middle column, he gets plus 2k. So he's basically a 22k column on his own. And then Fate Wheel is extremely good because, you know, you can just Soul Blast your stuff out and helps put pressure on at GB1. And then the main grade 3, I'm playing 4 Chrono Jet Dragon. Why? Because Chrono Jet Dragon is fucking amazing, and I will play 4 Chrono Jet Dragons for a long time to come. I don't have any signed though, unfortunately. I wasn't lucky. I singled 2 of them anyway, just because I wanted to play set in Hollow. But basically what he does is at Generation Break 2, when he attacks, he gets 5k power, and your opponent can't call grade 1 or greaters from their hand to the Guardian Circle. His other effect is his Stride Break. When you stride over him, you can counterblast 1. If you do, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and put it on the bottom of the deck, which is also very useful. So I play 4, because Chrono Jet is the main card. Now then, on to my Stride deck, which all have different anime sleeves. Because I have that many different sets that I've had of anime sleeves. So, I'm running 2 Imaginary Dragon Lost Age Dragons. I'm thinking of taking one of this out for the TD guy, because the TD guy actually puts a lot of pressure on. But at the minute, I don't know. I've not decided yet. Because everything else in the Stride deck is very, one of these is coming up when GTO 2 comes out anyway. So I might just take one out and put in the trial deck guy, because if you've got 4 counterblast when you call him, your opponent is going to perfect guard it regardless. Because they don't want you to risk getting that extra turn. I know someone who has done it. They did it in the tournament against someone else, one of my other friends. He actually pulled the extra turn off and still lost though, which was a shame. But basically, back to what Lost Age does is when he hits, you can put one of your opponent's rear guards on the bottom of his deck. So basically, if they only have 1 or 2 rear guards on the field, you're probably going to stride into this and not any of the other cards, because why would you go into Chrono's Command for just to try and get 1 unit or 2 units back to the bottom of the deck? It's just pointless, and they're just going to P-guard it anyway. So I run 2 of them. Next, I'm running 2 Chrono's Commands. You do not need to run any more than 2. 3 if you really wanted to, spam his effects, but your opponent's going to perfect guard him regardless. Just because your opponent knows if he hits, they're fucked. Basically, what he does is Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 1, choose a card from your hand and discard it. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, your opponent puts all of his or her rear guards on the bottom of their deck. Oh, what's that? You just got a full field? Okay, and what's that? This just hit? Okay, boom, everything back to the bottom of your deck. Oh, my rear guards just gained fucking shitloads of power as well. Dumbass. So, they do everyone perfect guards him that I've played against so far. I've not got his effect up, but he's really good, because if they waste all their perfect guards on this and obviously on using on Fate Wheel and stuff like that, then you ride into this guy. My favourite Stride so far. And I play 4. That's right, I have my play set. It was really, really annoying because I was 1 off and I got my last one, because I had 3 of this and 3 of this. And one of my friends needed their second one of these, and they had a 5th one of these, and it was like done. We finished each other's decks. I am running 4 Ragnarok. And what this guy does is when he attacks, Counterblast 1, unflip a copy of himself from your G-Zone. If you have 2 or more face-up G units in your G-Zone, this card gets +1 critical and the following effect. Your opponent can't call grade 0s to the Guardian Circle from their hand. So basically, he becomes Silent Tom. And they've using their perfect guards to stop this guy and other stuff early game. If they've got no P guards in their hand, it's like plus critical, so it's 2 damage, plus a triple drive check with 8 crits in the deck. Good luck. Fucking busted card. Really annoying card to get hold of. So this is my Gear Chronicle deck. Version 1.0, I'm going to assume, because it will probably change when GTO 2 comes out a lot. I may try and run 12 crits, because you can, and 12 crits could be funny, especially with Ragnarok. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more Y Shorts and Cardfight Vanguard content. And hopefully I get to do a contest soon. I think I need to get 11 more subscribers. Basically, once I hit 50 subscribers, I am probably going to do give another mat away so you guys can stay tuned to that. I will probably show you which mats I've got to give away. I mean, I have a huge pile of mats, if you don't know how well you can see that, but all them there are just mats waiting to give away to you guys when I get more subscribers. So hopefully that will incent some people to subscribe. Like the videos. If you like the deck profiles and that, just like the videos, give them a share. If you're new to the channel, or new to my videos, just subscribe if you like the content and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you guys continue to watch my videos and support me putting videos up and all that crap, really. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for contests with more subscribers coming in the future. Bye.